Welcome, Capricorn. This is your weekly Teroscope reading for April the 4th through to the 10th, 2016. My name is Tilly, and this is Tarot with Tilly. And before we get to the energy of the cards, I'd like to say thank you. Thank you for all the beautiful energy, uh, the support, the love that you send my way each and every day. Truly, thank you so, so much. Now, let's get to you. Let's get to the energy of the cards. Now, the first card is actually the Six of Cups. Well, this has been pretty popular this week in the readings. So, first and foremost, love you. Take time away this week at some point to do something that you truly love, that brings you passion in your life, that brings you happiness, joy, and giggles. Not what somebody else likes, what you like, what brings you passion, okay? So often in our lives, we create something for somebody else, a situation or plans, and when they become elated and happy and joyful, we become elated and happy and joyful because we created that for them. We made that smile. We created that happiness. And that's all well and good, but that's not the energy here. The energy is about you first. Yes, you can do those special things for other people that you love in your life, but you have to do it for you this week. Okay, now the other part of this card is that something from your past may show up this week. It could be an old friend, an old lover. It could be a situation coming around again, turning up again. Or it could be something that resembles a situation. It might be a deja vu feeling. It might be where you meet somebody, but they remind you of somebody from a time past, okay? And the reason for that is for you to understand, go back in time to that period of time in your life to understand what choices you made, what decisions you made, how it worked out for you, what you would have done differently, what you would have done the same, in order to really tap into that wisdom, because it's going to be important going forward in some way. So pay attention to those little things that remind you of things from the past, okay? Because it's definitely trying to take you back to a certain period of time in your life in order to tap into the wisdom that you gained from that period of time in your life, okay? Now, next to it is the Six of Pentacles. This is a lot about the give and take in relationship. It's maybe making compromises this week. It's understanding the other person's viewpoint. It's giving, but it's also receiving. So make sure it's not a one-way relationship that you are dealing with, okay? Or there's going to be conversations around it. There's going to be questions around it that you're going to really, really pay attention to this week, okay? It's important that you do. But for the most part, I think it's really the give and take in relationships. Right underneath, actually, I'm kind of jumping the gun here, but we do have the happily ever after card. But I mean, this centers around happiness overall. But we're standing there as a couple. The kids are on the side. The castle is in the background. This beautiful rainbow, of course. So it could center, the give and take could be more family oriented than it is in the community or at work. Unless, I mean, work is sometimes you're home away from home. So it still could fall into that work um, kind of energy. But I think because it sits right underneath the Six of Pentacles and it's give and take, I think the Six of Pentacles has a lot to do with the home atmosphere of what you give in the home relationship and what is given in the home relationship, and maybe finding that balance or maybe putting more energy into that. Now let's go back up here again because we have the Ace of Wands, which is all about our balance. If you are looking for love in your life, this could be somebody just coming in out of nowhere that really brings a presence with them. Or it could be some kind of gift or something that you weren't expecting that moves you forward, but mainly gives you balance, okay? This is our thoughts in how things need to be going forward in order to create the balance in our life that we need, that we are striving for. Over it all is the Magician, Capricorn. Again, the Magician appears, bringing in magic in your life. Magical things happen. Opportunities open up where there was never an opportunity. Relationships grow out of where you didn't think there was a possibility for a relationship to begin. Relationships can deepen here where you thought it was going in the other direction. All of a sudden there's a spin, a turnaround kind of point. So there's definitely magic coming in. It's the universe asking you, what do you want in your life? And then in some way showing you that it can be, or it's on its way, or it's happening now. Absolutely. Our overriding energy is the Queen of Pentacles. Look at the confidence you have here. The sun is carved into your chair. The angel sits next to you, and you're holding that pentacle or that coin on your lap with such a confidence, with such a surety. Okay, and the sky is on fire really behind you. There is so much activity in that sky, or the perception of activity in the sky tells me that there is going to be a lot of things hitting your plate this week that's going to demand your attention in order to really have that harmony, that balance that you want to go forward in. Now, in saying that energy, okay, we've got the Nine of Swords, which is worries and fears and anxieties, the things that keep us up at night, the things where we think back on the day and, oh, I shouldn't have said that and I shouldn't have done this. And, you know, the worry and concern that you put out there, or the fear of what's going to happen tomorrow because of your actions of today or yesterday, or just the fear of what's going to happen tomorrow and how things are going to play out. Maybe it's a new job interview, maybe it's something along those lines that you haven't experienced before, and that's building up the worry and the fear. Okay, 90% of what we worry about, what we fear in our lives, never gets to that point. So first of all, we don't want to be up at 2 in the morning worried about things that maybe never ever will transpire in our lives. And then now the next morning comes and we're tired because we didn't get enough sleep. And of course, things aren't going to go as well as planned because we don't have the high energy we needed to attack that problem or that situation in our life. So book time with yourself to just be alone with your thoughts, to go over the things that are challenging you right now when it comes to anxieties and worries and concerns. The other card we have is the Ten of Wands. Same kind of energy, but a little bit different. Okay, this is really, we carry the sack of wands on our back. And although some of those wands show great growth and new beginnings in our life, some of them are complete deadwood. So it's hanging on to the things that don't matter anymore in our life, or weighing us down, or they don't have potential for growth anymore in our life. And we seem to be holding on to them for some reason. And we need to take those out of the bag because they are weighing down our steps. They are making each step so incredibly hard. We need to stand up strong and tall. It could be obligations, it could be responsibilities, it could be your thoughts. Excuse me. So it's understanding exactly what has potential in your life for growth and what doesn't. It's understanding the things that we are growing into and the things that we have grown out of, and removing those things from our life, walking away from those things in our life, taking those wands out of our bag, laying them down, and then standing up strong and going forward. Absolutely. Now, as we go into the weekend, we have the Seven of Swords. And this is where we understand. This is so, if we give some time and energy towards the Ten of Wands in particular, although the Nine of Swords would probably be another one that we want to put some energy and time into this week, we understand by the weekend what essentially we need to put in our toolbox to walk forward with. And we're being choosy here. We're not taking everything with us. We're only taking what matters with us, and we're leaving those other things behind. So, I mean, there is great potential for energy to kind of clear that plate, the obligations, the responsibilities, the worries, and the concerns in our life. To know what needs to have a priority in our life and what can go by the wayside or on the back burner or completely gone out of our life. It's with the Judgment card and the Emperor, so two very strong cards. With the Judgment cards, we don't want to make those quick decisions, especially when it comes to what we are leaving behind in our life and taking forward. We don't want to make the quick decisions. Absolutely not. We want to have strong, sound judgment. And with the Emperor here, we will. So we don't have to really worry about that. But with the Judgment card, okay, we don't want to jump to conclusions. We don't want to play into gossip. We don't definitely want to start gossip. With the Emperor, it's making that solid plan going forward. Now, the Emperor, when he makes a plan, first of all, he doesn't hope it's going to be successful. He knows it's going to be successful. He doesn't expect failure on any level. But that's because he has thoroughly thought out the plan. He's understood what he plays, what his role is in it, and then who else does he need to bring on board in order for this plan to succeed? Because no matter how great the Emperor is, he doesn't have a strength in every single area of life. So he needs to bring other people on board so his plan works out and works out well. So you really need to look at the people who surround you and how they can help you move forward. Maybe taking some of those responsibilities and obligations off your plate. For love, relationships, we have the Knight of Wands. This is really, it's kind of like the Six of Cups that we started with, of looking back in our lives and taking ourselves to certain key moments in our life that changed us, that developed us, that molded us, that grew us to this day in time. And understanding it, being grateful for those lessons, being grateful for the wisdom that we've gotten, and then knowing what we want in relationships going forward. And so if you are in a relationship, there's going to be some strong talk about what is needed in that relationship in order for it to be strong going forward. If you are looking for a relationship, it will be nothing superficial. It won't be a one-night stand. It won't be that kind of easy, casual, greet and meet kind of stuff. It's got to have substance. It's got to have what you are looking for within a relationship. It's got to be strong from the beginning. And then for work, career, money, we have the Queen of Cups. Oh, please love yourself for what you do. The abilities, the talents you bring to the table. It's all about seeing what you can do. It's understanding what you can do. And please don't think that everybody can do it. No, nobody can do it like a Capricorn. Okay? You guys, if I wanted to organize something like major, it'd be a Capricorn running it for me, because I know that you would make sure that every detail was perfect for me. See that? See that? I'm filling up your obligations and responsibilities on you. And that's how people think about you, okay? So, and yes, you do a fantastic job, right? So understand that you and you alone can do those kind of things. And sometimes we have to let the obligations and responsibilities go, knowing that the person that we are giving it back to, the chances are you're giving it back to somebody, they're not going to do it as good as you. Absolutely not. Well, it's not going to be done as well as it could have been. When it comes to work and career, know the value you bring to every experience. Know the value that you have if you want to start your own business, if you want to go into a new career path, if you want to go for a job interview. Know your value. Love you for who you are and what you bring to the table. It's going to make you jump miles in career, in work, okay? Knowing what you have to offer, okay? Absolutely. So until we meet again, remember, I do love you.